Okay, welcome back, guys. I'm here with Caitlin and Amber from the Ovaries. Guys, did you guys know each other before the band started, or how did it come about that Amber joined you guys?
Well, we lost our lead singer, and she moved to Melbourne, and she was also our guitarist, and I kind of put up a post on the Ovaries page saying we were looking for a guitarist, and I got a message from quite a few people, but we liked the look of Amber. She looked kind of how she'd fit into our band and the image we were going for.
Yep.
Yeah. And she came over to an audition and we hung out, we had a few drinks, went on a few shenanigans, and she's in the band.
There you go. So kind of the most casual audition process ever.
Yeah, it was kind of like come over to our drummer's house and come underneath her house and play guitar.
Yep.
But have some drinks and we'll make you feel relaxed and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I mean, when it comes to songwriting, I know you guys tend to sort of work together. Have you ever gotten partway through writing a song and sort of thought, well, you know what, this doesn't work, or let's scrap it and start again? Does that ever happen for you guys? Or?
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Oh, yeah. One of the songs that we're both actually really happy with at the moment, that we kind of debuted the other week, was a song that we got halfway through and I'm like, it's just not working. And I'm like, let's stop and let's walk away. And we left it. And then we were sort of like, oh, do you remember that riff that we did that time? Jumped back into it. Next thing you know, it was done.
Yeah.
So we've got millions of half songs and riffs, but I think every musician has.
Yeah.
And it comes, when it's ready to be used and you're ready to utilise it, it'll pop up and magic happens, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And for you guys, I mean, pretty dominant, female, pop punk band. I mean, do you guys kind of portray that in your lyrics, or what do you feel you write about most lyrically?
We kind of like to play on the all-girl band thing, how a lot of young girls like to look up to something or like want to listen to a song to whinge about that they've got problems as well. The whole boy thing, like every girl can be like, oh, that's me, like I'm going to cry about it and listen to this song. So we kind of play on that a little bit, but a lot of it, some of our songs are like with mystical and kind of fantasy elements because we like that kind of world.
Nerds.
We're massive nerds, so we've got a lot of
that aspect as well.
Yeah. When it comes to a live show, what can people expect when they see you guys live?
Ooh, a little bit of cheekiness.
A little bit of cheekiness.
I think really, I'm a very cheeky person. I'm a very cheeky girl.
Bit rude.
A little bit rude, but like not too much. You've got to do something different. You've got to get people's attention. You can't just stand there and play music.
And being an all-girl band, people are like whatever.
But in saying that, I guess being an all-girl, our level of performance when we're on stage, we try to set the bar quite high. And
do you guys, I mean, being that the music industry is especially for bands, is really male-dominated, do you guys kind of feel like you do have something to prove at the end of the day, as well as having fun?
That's a very hard question. I mean, on the one hand, you're sort of like, you know what, I'm going to do what I want, even though I'm a woman. I don't care. But on the other hand, you do, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you do get those people who look down on you, and you do get those people who second guess your talent, and you sort of go, hold on a second, buddy. I've been playing music since I was 6 years old. Calm down a second, and maybe sit and watch us and have a look at what we do. But the good thing is, I think we're lucky enough. We do get to show a lot of people up.
Yeah.
We do get, we do shut a lot of people up and make them stop and listen and look at what we're doing and get that respect as well.
Yeah. So you're kind of earning it along the way as well as having a lot of fun.
I think so, definitely.
Excellent. Okay, guys, it's now time to head back to LOA's music, where Jake's going to be getting his head around some digital audio workstations.
It's been a busy week getting the home studio set up. Now I'm back at LOA's Music and I'm here with Dion, who's going to let us know what software we need to start making music. Now Dion, what is a DAW or a DAW?
Cool, well a DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. Really it's the software that you use to record your tracks, to sequence any instruments, basically creating the track and mixing it and finishing it.
What type of specs does my computer need to make sure that this thing runs properly?
Well, basically any computer made within the last few years is going to run a DAW quite well. Really the things you want to look out for though is the more RAM you've got, the faster processor you've got, the more the computer's going to be able to do in terms of layering up extra tracks, putting extra effects on and really, getting a bit more creative with your tracks.
Now, must be numerous doors out there, is that right?
That's right, there's plenty.
What's right for me? How do I know which one to get stuck into straight away?
Firstly, you guys need to decide what sort of music you're going to make. So there's some doors that are really geared towards electronic music production, things like Ableton Live, Reason. There are some that are really geared towards audio recording, like Pro Tools, Cubase. There are some that are just really basic that will get you started up, things like GarageBand on your Apple computers, Studio One, these sort of programs that will come with things like interfaces if you're getting that sort of stuff as well.
Can I use numerous doors while I'm working, or is it, yeah? Yeah,
well, the good thing is that you can integrate certain programs within others as well. So there's certain aspects of a certain program you like that you can't find in the other program. There's certainly ways to integrate those two together.
And how many instruments come with the DAW straight away?
Depends on the program. The electronic software, for instance, will have a big focus on synthesizers and drums. Some of your more all-round programs will have a lot of real instruments, so to speak, so samples of strings, of orchestral things.
The other aspect you've got is your effect plugins. So whether you want to add those to those built-in instruments or anything you've actually recorded, it's the ability to manipulate that sound and kind of make it your own, chopping it up, adding compression, EQ, all those sort of things that you do in a real studio.
Where would I get an effect plugin? Is that?
Yeah, well, if you want to add extra effects or instruments to your software, that's absolutely something you can do. Generally they're called VST or AU plugins, depending on which system you're running, and they allow you to enhance whatever software you've got with additional libraries of sounds or effects.
What's the one that you've got back here?
Cool. This is Pro Tools. This is the most common program that gets used in recording studios around the world, essentially, and it's kind of geared more towards recording a live band, but it does still have those built-in instruments like Ableton does as well.
Nice. Would you be able to take me through using Pro Tools quickly?
Absolutely. What we've got on our screen here is what they call the Arrange window. This is where we can see all of our tracks lined up, drum tracks, guitar tracks, vocal tracks. Here we can chop them up, rearrange them if we need to. Once we actually want to start mixing and editing, how levels sound, we then go into our mix window. Now here obviously looks like what you might see on a mixing desk. It's really just a computer representation of that. So once the track is playing, we can see the levels of all our tracks. We can mute certain tracks. We can solo certain tracks if we want to listen to just that track by itself. And we can also add our effects. So if we want to be able to, chuck a reverb on our snare drum, we can do so via our plugins. Find a nice reverb plugin, add that in, and then we've got a lot of settings we can adjust to actually modify the reverb.
Thank you so much for running me through all of that, Dion. I'm feeling pretty confident. What I might do now is jump online, download a couple of trial versions and see which one's best for us. I'll see you guys back at the studio.
Well, it looks like Jake's got his work cut out for him trying those DAWs on for size. Now, have you guys, dabbled with recording and using mixing software?
Not a whole lot. I mean, obviously I record myself when I write.
Yep.
I'm very simplistic, so I mostly just plug into my laptop directly through.
Yep.
And I just use GarageBand.
Yep.
Because that's everything that I really need.
Yeah.
Caitlin's a lot more involved in it though.
Yeah, I use Logic Pro quite a bit.
Yep.
I use it to compose our intros and stuff.
Yep, yep.
Give us a little bit of an edge to start off.
Yep, so you guys sort of record pre-recorded samples and stuff to sort of trigger before songs?
Yeah, it can be anything. Like our last one we just used was Star Wars, kind of a hardcore Star Wars one, and other ones I've done are very start off with orchestra and chords, harp, and yeah, it's kind of magical and a little bit creepy, and then they go into this techno, just dark kind of. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, and I think software like GarageBand these days, it becomes so versatile and easy for people to use.
For me, it's all about user-friendly. Even though I'm quite good with computers, I just want to get in, a song comes to me or a riff comes to me, I need to get in, record it, play it back, and it's done.
Yeah.
And it's just there, and I can find it, and I don't have to worry, and that's what I look for anyway.
Yeah, that's right. And home studio setups are becoming pretty easy these days, so people have got that versatility. You guys ever looking at building a small studio in the future?
It was something that I was looking at doing, just, to I guess take my recording at home guitar a bit more seriously. But yeah, it's something I do want to do, but I would need a bit of assistance. So.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of stuff online
nerdy
for that.
Friends.
Yeah, nerdy friends. Okay, guys, stick with us. Coming up after the break, I'll be continuing learning about live sound with Australian Concert Productions as we set up the PA and monitor speaker systems for a gig.